Right, I think that's
From...
everything admin-y. Sorry to word vomit at you, but
That's all right. That wasn't very much. I can probably remember most of that as well, she says, terribly
excellent.
optimistically.
Well, I'll write up the minutes, obviously, and email them round and make sure you're
Yes,
CC'd
yes,
in
yes,
and
yes.
all of those
Mhm.
things.
Yeah, do we have apologies, AOB? Are we
Um,
hitting the KPIs,
um,
Joanna? We're in the second
I
half of
still,
the financial year now.
I don't know what a KPI is, and at this point, I'm too afraid to ask.
It's a, oh, fuck. Uh,
What's a KPI,
it's a
Francine?
key.
All right, well, you get back to me on
Oh
the
my God, I
KPIs
talk
then,
about KPIs
Francine.
constantly and I don't know what it is. Key performance indicator.
Oh, okay, good. What the fuck are our KPIs?
I don't know. We probably should have made some up 6 years ago, but we never did. So,
Yeah. Oh,
oh yeah.
yeah,
Also, it's our
podcast
anniversary in
anniversary.
November. Also, it's my actual dating Jack anniversary in the next week or so, but I'm not entirely sure when. Neither of us ever remember, so that's fine.
The joyous thing about my relationship is it started so fucking vaguely that we don't have any anniversaries I need to remember.
Perfect. Yeah. Right. Okay. Go get medicine, water,
Something.
whatever's going to help you.
Yeah, nothing can help me at this point,
Oh, I
Francine.
know. I've touch wood, touch wood. I've still not gotten ill.
You might be immortal after all, actually. Hello and welcome to The Truth Shall Make You Fret, a podcast in which we were reading and recapping every book from Terry Pratchett's Discworld series, and now we're wandering around the corridors of speculative fiction. I'm Joanna Hagan,
And I'm Francine Carrel.
and this week we are reviewing a shiny new book, The Everlasting by Alix E. Harrow. And if you're listening to us on your usual podcast catcher of choice, this is a video episode. You can go over to our YouTube channel, there's a link down below, and you can gaze upon our glorious faces
Yes.
and watch us talking as well as listening.
Slightly startled
Amazing what they
and
can do.
post work as they may be.
Also that. Um, Now on spoilers, before we crack on, this is a completely spoiler-free episode because we are reviewing a brand new book. So we won't be spoiling Discworld. We won't be spoiling anything in The Everlasting by Alix E. Harrow, so you can safely listen to the whole episode and decide if you want to read this book. One spoiler, you should. It's quite good.
Yeah, I would. I did. Well, I am.
Excellent. Shall I start with a blurb?
Yeah, go for it.
A legend, a lie, a love story. A lady knight whose legend built a nation meets a retiring historian in awe of her fame. He's sent back through time to make sure she plays her part, even if it breaks his heart. Sir Una Everlasting was Dominion's greatest hero, the orphan girl who became a knight who died for queen and country. Her legend lives on in songs and stories, in children's books and recruiting posters, but her life as it truly happened has been forgotten. Centuries later, Owen Mallory, failed soldier, struggling scholar, falls in love with the tale of Una Everlasting. Her story takes him to war, to the archives, and then into the past itself. Una and Owen are tangled together in time, bound to retell the same story over and over again, no matter what it costs. But that story always ends the same way. If they want to rewrite Una's legend and finally tell a different story, they'll have to rewrite history itself and change their lives in the process.
Um,
It's a good one. We got stories, we got time travel. What more do you want?
yeah, come on, guys.
Yeah. I don't know what else you expect of Alix E. Harrow. Speaking of, little background on the author.
Mm.
Hugo award-winning author, lots of award-winning and nominated Sunday Times bestseller. Starting with Hugo Award for her short story A Witch's Guide to Escape, a practical compendium of portal fantasies,
Oh,
which I really want to read.
yeah.
I've had her on my to read pile for a while, Once and Future Witches, which won the British Fantasy Award in 2021. I've just had recommended to me a lot.
Yeah.
And then the Witch's Guide to Escape, the short story, came up in a podcast I was listening to, and that went onto my to read pile. So I hadn't got to any of them yet, and it's quite cool that now the first Alix E. Harrow book I get to read is a new one that's not out yet.
Yeah, very exciting. We should have a look at the short story for a
Little
fun
bonus
bonus at
episode.
some point. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, so her debut novel also came out in 2019. That was The 10,000 Doors of January, which was also Hugo nominated.
Oh,
And
yeah, I think I heard that one.
yeah, and her last novel was Starling House in 2023, which is a gothic fantasy horror, which sounds right up my alley. All
Mm.
of the books sound right up my alley. So I hadn't read anything by her before. You hadn't either, had you?
No, no.
No. Also, I want to point out debut novel in 2019, then a book in 2021, and then a book in 2023, and now a book in 2025. This is an author I want to become a fan of. There's a consistent release schedule, and I like
Yeah.
that in an author. I know not all authors don't owe me a book, but I've also spent a lot of time waiting for certain books, and if an author's coming out with something every 2 years, I'm going to be happy about it.
God. So 6 years ago, almost, we started this podcast, and there are a couple of them who we started ranting about right from the start.
Yep. Not naming any names, but
I am
obviously,
Patrick Rothfuss.
and George R.R. Martin. I feel like
I'll
George
give it
R.R.
up on
Martin,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, he can do what he wants. I read the last of those books. Fuck me, I wouldn't be able to write my way out of that.
Yeah, no, to be fair, that guy
I
has
mean,
written himself
obviously I wouldn't, but I can't imagine anyway.
Anyway, opening snapshot. We've kind of done this already. Did you like the book?
Yeah, I did. I did. I am enjoying it. I'll be honest right now, listeners. I'm about 100 pages from the end because I've had a mad month. But I trusted Joanna's judgment on this and have read a lot of it very quickly.
And I read all of it and really liked it. I felt like a swot now. I finished the
Well,
book, but
yeah, it didn't help that you said that in a really smug tone of voice.
I didn't mean
You caught
to.
yourself halfway.
I've read the book.
I've read the book.
No, I really enjoyed it. It was one of those like immediate urge to reread the book kind of thing as soon as I finished it. Like
Yeah.
you put it down and then you're like, oh, I miss the characters. I want to go hang out with them
Oh.
again. And also now I know again, not spoilers, but now I know what happens again. I want to read everything with the new context of what happens at the end.
Yeah. And like it's a skillful author when you immediately like, oh, like, all right, yeah, there's some clicking into place there. Excellent.
There's something about, I think, especially because of how the book is structured,
Mhm.
it feels a bit like it could have started as a short story and then been iterated over
Mhm.
and grown outwards. And I
Yeah.
quite like that feeling as you read it.
Yeah.
Not that it feels like it's, there's something kind of basic in the nugget that
Mm.
needed reworking. It just feels like that could have been the structure of it.
Yeah,
And that's
definitely.
really fun to read.
Yeah. And that definitely makes sense because it's like it's legend, it's fairy tale. It goes off
Yes.
all of those, and generally they are little nugget stories, aren't they, that can be
Yes.
extrapolated upon or yeah.
And that's the sort of thing I very much like because this
Mhm.
book delves into the nature of story and what story means.
Oh
And
no. Not the nature of story, not at this time of night, Joanna.
oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to offend you with the nature of story.
Oh no, I just meant, you're ill already.
Yeah, that's true. Stories just make
I've
it worse.
I've never known you to be able to talk about the nature of story for less than 2 hours, that's all.
Oh, yeah, that's good, right? Well, rein me in. We should also say, having said how much we like this book for transparency, we were given review copies from
Mm.
the publisher. We're not obligated to say nice things about it, though, and honestly, if we hadn't liked it, there just probably wouldn't be an episode because that would be very boring for everyone.
Yeah, no, literally, that is kind of our rule.
Yeah.
But
If we're going to hate read something,
yeah,
we're at least going to find something really funny to hate read.
yeah, oh yeah, and with a dead author.
Yeah. Or it's so popular that one hate read can't hurt
Yeah,
it.
I would imagine if it did. See, I can't do it. I can't imagine being like a proper book reviewer. I said this to you, didn't I? Like
Yeah.
someone who has to review every book they're given for a newspaper or something like that. Like, oh, it'd be
I
horrible.
I feel like I'm a bit more capable of meanness than you.
Yeah, maybe. I love being able to be picky though, and yeah, we
Yeah.
because of that we were able to be picky, and we are reviewing a book we liked. Good news,
Yes,
everyone.
very much so. Let's talk about grabability then.
Yeah,
I need to
yeah, hate
not
that.
use that word. Yeah, sorry.
That's all right. I couldn't think of a better one either in the few minutes I tried. So
Compellingness?
compellingness, like I don't know, yeah, all of the words for stickiness and that tend to be a little bit quagmire-ish, don't they? And then you go down the wrong tone. There's
How
definitely
much
a
of a
proper word for
quagmire
this,
is
and it's
this
been a
book?
long night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did the blurb grab you?
no,
Oh, really?
yeah, it was interesting. It's an
Yeah.
interesting blurb, but I don't know. I've generally, if something's described as a romance or something like that, I struggle a little bit with the idea of getting into it. I quite often really enjoy romances. Like the last book we reviewed was
Yeah.
like romantic, and I really liked that, and I really like this, and I like the romance in it. But I don't know, for some reason my brain just goes, fantasy romance. Ugh.
Yeah. It's really difficult because you read that and you're almost tempted to put it into the romantasy
Yeah.
bucket, and there's a lot of crap
Yeah.
in the romantasy bucket.
But because you described it to me first,
Yes.
I was like, oh yeah, no, that sounds quite good. But then yeah, after I started reading it, I read the blurb and I was like, oh, I don't know if I'd have gone for this without your recommendation. But I'm probably not within the traditional intended audience for this. The cover, the blurb, the everything.
Yeah. There was definitely hints of like, I don't think it's pitched. It's not a romantasy, but I think there's enough in the
Mm.
marketing to kind of go, ah, a romantasy audience might decide to pick this up. Ha! We've
Yeah.
tricked them into a really
Yeah.
good book.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm being so mean about romantasy. By romantasy, I basically just mean A Court of Thorns and Roses. That can't be defended. I did
How
read
many of
it
them
to
did
make
you
sure.
read?
I read the whole series. Okay, so you know how like if I open a thing of Twiglets, the whole thing of Twiglets is then gone,
Yeah, yeah.
and then I feel kind of gross and dirty afterwards. Yeah, they're like that. They're Twiglet books. I don't
Mm,
mean like in
okay.
a Marmite love it or hate it way. I mean
Yeah.
I could not stop, but also I felt terrible the entire time. They're not good.
I used to be like that with Harry before I stopped eating meat. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say a book there. I was like wondering what book series that could be.
Oh, ooh. Yeah, there probably is a book series. Like back when I used to read so much,
Yeah, that's true.
there definitely would have been book series like that.
But anyway, yeah, for me, I was very compelled immediately by the blurb because she had me at Lady Knight and Historian. I like academic stories,
Mm.
and this is a weird thing. I am really fascinated by fiction set in academia,
Yeah.
and I have zero academic background. I'm technically a high school dropout. We both are. Go us.
We're unqualified.
We're wildly unqualified. But I do wonder if that's the same for people who have academic backgrounds, whether you enjoy reading stories that are set in
Mm.
academia or whether it's to busman's holiday.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a good question. Well, mum didn't work in a university. Dad did a doctorate. I can ask my
yeah,
parents. But
excellent.
mum was a teacher. Dad was a professor. So yeah.
And academic listeners, because I know we've got a few of them.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah, we
like
have like
academia books?
very qualified listeners.
We have
We spoke to
wildly,
some of them at the Discworld convention. Like, Jesus Christ, some of you were so smart.
terrifyingly
I
qualified.
don't know if I said that yet on here when we were talking about the convention, but oh my God.
Thank you all for giving us major imposter syndrome. But then also, this did feel very nature of story, myth, legend, which is very much my jam. And I really like women in armor.
Hmm.
Like, it doesn't take much to sell me. There's a lady who's going to be wearing armor and probably be swinging a big sword, and I'm very down for that.
Yeah. And yeah, it's not a spoiler to say Lady in Armor does not disappoint.
Oh yeah, the lady in armor is. I actually House of R, which is another podcast I listen to with Joanna Robinson and Mallory Rubin. They did their full hype meter, and this was on there, and it was after I'd read it.
Mhm.
So it was very like sort of Leo pointing, hey, they're talking about a thing, and I got to read it, and they're really
Yeah.
excited about it, and I really respect their opinion. And the conversation was very much, if you like big lady in armor, I
I
was like,
like big lady in armor. I cannot lie.
might need to workshop that to get it to scan.
Nope, that was perfect. What the hype meter? How does that work?
Oh, so they each pick 10 things they're very hyped about that's coming within a time period from 10 to 1.
Mhm.
And they do a countdown. So they each say they're 10, they each say they're 9. But if they both have it and one of them has it higher, they wait and talk about it in the higher spot.
Oh, cute.
But Joanna Robinson always makes sure like one of those slots is a book one.
I was imagining something with a hammer and a ding ding, you know?
Sadly, no. And I feel like
Maybe we
podcasts are
could get one of
missing.
those.
Yeah, I think podcasts in general are just missing hammers and big ding ding things. Although, as we're a podcast and not normally visual, I reckon we
Mm.
could get away with just a sound effect.
Okay, yeah, if I remember. Ding ding.
Thank you. Please back on that. So the blurb didn't grab you. How quickly, when you started reading, did you hit the like need to keep turning the page feel, or did you get that feeling?
Oh yeah, no, I definitely did. I was a bit annoyed earlier because I had to go outside and I can no longer walk and read.
Oh, that sucks.
Because, roads, a slightly better developed sense of my own mortality than I had when I was a school kid and did used to read on the way to school.
Yeah. Also, you have a dog.
Yeah, no, and I did have the dog, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, pretty much immediately. Hang on, let me remind myself exactly. Yeah, no, by the end of the prologue, really.
Yeah, it was similar for me. There's like a moment where it switches from the kind of romantic story legend into the
Yeah.
academic setting.
Yeah.
And it's nice, it's like
Tone change
reassuring.
worked.
Yeah. And it's really reassuring to see from the off, like the writer can do both of these tones extremely well.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. Also, there was a yew tree right in the beginning, and I
oh yeah.
love the folklore and legends surrounding yew trees. So,
Oh, there's so much and it's so
yeah.
cool.
Have we done that in one of the rabbit holes, by the way? I know we've talked about like a lot of plant mythology and things. I
I
can't
don't
remember if
think
we've
we've
done
deep
yew
dived
trees.
on. I think we need to do a yew tree
Yeah.
special at some.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, no. Heard it as I said it.
International listeners, the Operation Yew Tree was a
An
criminal
investigate.
investigation into the sex offenders at the BBC, I
Yeah.
think. Was it
Okay.
just the BBC? Whatever it was. Anyway,
Yeah.
fuck me. What a terrible thing to do to the yew tree.
Yeah. But yew trees in
Maybe we
folklore.
curse the country by doing that.
This country's been cursed for a lot longer than
Yeah,
that,
no, you're right.
Francine.
Sorry.
Don't forget the imperialism. I think that brought a few things down upon us.
I never forget the
Remember the empire. Anyway, also the that little tonal switch moment where it goes into academia introduces my favorite character, Professor Gilda Sawbridge,
Imperial.
and testament to the author that my favorite character isn't the big lady wearing armor,
Mm.
and exists almost entirely in redacted memos.
Yeah.
Also, a weird fondness of mine. I like storytelling in memos, that sort of thing. You know, you
Mm.
get stories that are there's a proper word for it, where a story is made up of like memos and diary entries and letters and that sort of thing. And
Oh,
I can't remember the
fuck.
word.
There is, yeah, because it's used in video games as well, right?
Yep, and that word is that's going to bug us for the rest of the podcast, but we'll come
Oh,
back to you at
that's
the end.
unfortunate.
Sorry.
But yeah, no, same, definitely. I mean, that's why we love the Magnus archives right away, wasn't it?
Yes, it is
It's
very
like,
much.
oh, more academia, and archivists,
Yes.
archives. Fuck.
Oh, we love an archivist.
Yeah.
We
Ridiculous,
appreciate.
really. This is very on brand for almost all the things I like, and I might have skipped over it if you hadn't recommended it. So
Oh,
there's no lesson to be learned from this because the marketing is absolutely fine.
yeah.
I'm just a twat.
Francine has very specific tastes that you sometimes have to work around to get to read something.
Yeah, yeah.
Luckily, my recommendations are trusted.
Wait. Is it the kind of post-apocalypse where nature has reclaimed the earth, or is it the kind of post-apocalypse where there's zombies? Because
We're both in the nature reclaim the earth camp on that one. There's a reason Horizon Zero Dawn wins.
oh god, yeah. There's a whole subreddit called like Reclaimed by Nature. It's great.
Anyway,
Anyway,
we're staying on topic today, aren't we?
mhm.
Did you at any point feel like you were going to have to throw the book out the window if you didn't get the ending you wanted?
No,
And I know
because I
you
don't know
haven't.
what ending I want.
Excellent.
Yeah, you?
And I had a point of like, I want this to end a specific way for
Mhm.
certain characters, and by about halfway through the book,
Mm.
this was if I don't get a happy ending, I will riot.
I see. Yes, yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, I'd love a happy ending. But I just yeah, I
I
don't
like
know.
this with you
I don't
haven't
know.
finished it and can't picture what kind of ending you want. I enjoy
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
I think that's a good thing about the book.
Yo, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. Generally.
Incredible. Also in the book, it's a
Yeah,
good not knowing what's going on. It's not a
yeah.
the author has forgot to put enough information. This is a
Mm.
I cannot imagine what's going to happen. And yet, to be fair, I've written these questions with having finished the whole book. I think
Mm.
that's given me a very different perspective on it.
Yeah. But no, so far I'm happy with the pace at which the book is eking out the information, the world building, the background, the
Yes.
revelations, the yeah.
Oh, and there are some good revelations. There was definitely a I need to put this down and walk away from it a minute because
Yeah.
goodness.
Goodness me.
Um, and yeah, we've already kind of talked about this, but if based on the cover,
Mm.
and because I like talking about cover art a bit, it's a very
Yeah.
pretty
Well,
cover,
that's it.
but
I don't have anything against this kind of cover art. I like the art very much, but again, for me, because it just got it's a fantasy. It's a modern fantasy cover,
yeah,
and it's very beautiful. But
you would walk past it in a
yeah,
bookshop. I think I'm the opposite. I think I probably would grab it because it's got that medievally look and it's like a modern version of the kind of medieval revivalism thing that was a big trend in the 70s, and I'm very into
mm.
that right now.
Okay, cool, yeah,
Also, I am a bit of a sucker for like a matte black cover with pretty colours on it.
yeah, yeah. No, it is nice. And I like you know me, I like botanical art, so once I've looked at it closely, I am very impressed with it. I don't know who the cover artist is actually.
No, I should have probably written that down. Um, Going on to recommendations then. Who would you, I mean, would you recommend this book in general?
By the way, watchers, just in case I haven't. No, you can't really. It's not focusing properly. I'll put it up on the screen.
Yeah. Um, if you
So,
would you recommend this book to anyone?
yes, I'm going to give hypothetical people rather than real world examples because nobody knows my real world examples. But I think I would recommend it to people who are interested in history and legend, but the kind of meta-ness of them.
Yes. Excellent. I would recommend it to our listeners.
Mm,
Like, it's not practicey. It's not. I mean, there are funny moments, but it's not funny.
yeah,
But it's very clever.
there are some
You
themes
know.
you'll
Yeah.
recognize. Yeah,
And then yeah, anyone who's sort of into the Arthurian stuff, the kind
yeah,
of chivalry, and anyone who's had to do any kind of formal research,
yeah,
because I think it's very fun to think about ending up in this situation as a formal researcher. Like, it's
yeah.
not a spoiler to say there's time travel and the guy meets the subject of his research because that's all in the blurb.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's very interesting to me.
Oh God, dreadful thought, really, isn't it?
And then I was going for some comp titles as well.
Yeah.
If
Comparison. If like me, listeners, you don't listen too much modern media review, she says after 6 years of doing a media review podcast.
Excellent, well done us. We are not qualified. Have we mentioned that? If I was going to base a recommendation on a specific Pratchett book, it would be for fans of Monstrous Regiment, obviously, Lady in Armour.
The Last
But for
Hero.
The Last Hero as well, yeah, I didn't think about that so much actually, but that's a really good comp. I think I was thinking about there's a lot of themes of propaganda and stuff in this that made me think
Yeah.
Monstrous Regiment, as well as the obvious Lady in Armour.
Yeah.
I do think also, although it's not similar, and it might be a recency bias thing because she wrote the last book we reviewed, but V. Schwab fans, there's a similar kind of. It's got the yearning.
Yeah, it does have some yearning. Love a yearn.
Love a yearn.
Talked about this last time we talked. Love a
Yeah.
yearn.
And this has definitely got the good yearning vibes.
What the fuck
And
were we
also,
talking about yearning for in the context of
it
a
was
long Earth
probably.
book? We're probably
Was,
just off topic, weren't we?
yeah, I think that's quite likely considering the nature of our
Yeah.
podcast. And yeah, also if you're a fan of Brienne on Game of Thrones, like this is
Yeah.
Zaruna is not Brienne of Tarth coded.
Mm-hmm.
I can very much picture Gwendolyn Christie playing her in a movie adaptation.
Yeah.
I support this.
Would you watch a movie adaptation of this book?
I would. I think the movie adaptation, actually a TV adaptation of this book could be
Yeah.
very interesting
Okay.
because
Yeah.
it's got that kind of cyclical nature that I think would suit like episodic adaptation really
Yeah.
well.
That's a good idea.
A limited series or something. I would definitely watch an adaptation of this though. I think it's got a really strong it's got two very strong visual palettes because
Yeah.
you have the historical and then you have the academia and that
Yeah.
modern side to it.
Yeah.
I think you could do
Visual
really
palette.
interesting stuff.
Like that.
Yep. Definitely not talking absolute bollocks. And the
Um,
big theme of this book is the idea of meeting a hero, meeting a
yeah.
legend. Would you want to meet a legend?
I have one more comparison.
Oh, sorry.
My apologies. It isn't a book, though. I don't know if you know Nathan Dufour. He does various songs, including like spoof ones and like academic ones.
Oh,
And
no.
one of his songs is called Epics and Empires, and it's all about like the repetitive over the millennia nature of epic tales and things like that, and like how our sense of history is based upon the kings and queens who wanted it written,
Yes.
and things like that. And yeah, so just like one of the verses from it kept coming into my head reading like some of it, like for woven in the lines of the poets that speak are the intricate designs of the powers that be as they rise and decline and redefine their defeats. You gotta read between the lines for your mind to be free. And also later on it's got one of my favorite puns in a song.
Yeah.
You have to hold the glass. You have to hold the glass to how the truth is performed in the forging of myth. You've been myth-informed.
Excellent. That makes me very happy.
Anyway, I think you'd like this song. It's got Beowulf and Gilgamesh and everything in it.
Oh, yeah, that's my cup of tea.
I'll send you the link actually.
I mean,
Sorry, themes.
big themes, meeting a legend. I mean, honestly, Beowulf.
Yeah?
I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Beowulf would be a very interesting legend to have a beer with, you know? Well, I suppose it'd be like a horn of mead or something.
Yeah, beer,
Oh,
I
yeah, no,
think.
there would be. You could.
Yeah,
There'd probably be some quaffing involved.
yeah,
And then obviously everyone dies horribly, so I'd like to get
yeah,
out before that bit.
yeah. I've got Pythagoras. It's got to be, isn't it? It's got to be Pythagoras,
Yeah, actually, I can
who
see
was
that.
like definitely a guy, but also every fucking bit of history about him is the most ridiculous legend you've ever heard.
Oh,
Like,
that's
oh, he once persuaded a bull not to eat fava beans because his reincarnated friend's souls were in them. Oh, he like
also. I was also thinking about like the curators of legends and myths, and I want a word with Herodotus. I just
uh
want to. I just want to know what he was up to.
yeah, yeah. Like who made him that way?
Look, choices were made with Herodotus, and I'm still not sure I'm saying that right.
Well, I think he's great.
No, I'm not criticizing Herodotus. Well, I know I am a little bit. It got weird, and I want to know what he was thinking, and I'm
I
just
think
very
he was
fascinated.
thinking, I am a historian, and that means I need to make it entertaining because I'm not bound by the rigorous standards of a millennium far in the future.
That's very true, but I still want to know.
Yeah, oh yeah, no,
I would,
absolutely. You're absolutely right.
yeah,
He's like the other side of this coin of someone we need to meet for sure.
yes. Like Pythagoras had the
Yeah,
legends about him, and then Herodotus
yeah.
probably wrote some of those.
I got a new kind of perspective on Herodotus from listening to Dan Carlin's hardcore histories, especially the ones about the like ancient Greece and Sparta and
Yeah,
all of that stuff. Because he's just talking about how, you know, and we've got a lot of stuff from Herodotus here, and it kind of really colors in the history and everything like that. And then he dies, and then everything is fucking black and white for the next 1,000 years when everyone
yeah.
just writes down how many people died here and what happened here. And yeah.
There was an interesting conversation when what's it called? You're Dead to Me did the Boudica episode where they talked about how history was kind of more of an art form and an entertainment
Yeah.
form than purely informative, and
Yeah.
so the story of Boudica is like that we know as sort of legend, and that would be another great legend to me. Is kind of the story of
Yeah.
the rape of Lucretia, and it is a
Yeah.
same story being echoed with different historical characters.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Um, Actually, yeah,
Also,
Boudica is a really good one to meet.
yes, also Robin Hood, but that has absolutely
Yeah.
nothing to do with the cartoon fox. Honest.
You'll just be disappointed, Joanna. Don't meet that particular hero.
I'll just be really upset that he's not an animated, weirdly attractive animated fox.
And even if he is, foxes smell bad.
Also, yeah, fine. And
Robin Hood.
and we
Oh,
get the
it's in my
kind
head
of
now.
this nice juxtaposition of the legend of Serena in this, and then the actual kind of uncomfortable, real side of her story.
Hmm.
Is there a legend that maybe not improved, but you'd be interested in seeing the weird reality and gritty underside of specifically?
Yeah, maybe Icarus and Daedalus.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, I don't know, I can't even remember what it's from now, but in my head, I've always got that Icarus like died laughing thing in my head.
yes,
Um, and yeah, I don't know. I love the idea of like what it's actually like to have to build a fucking labyrinth and like make wax wings for you and your son, and like it's mental. That whole story is so mental, and it's told in like the part of the incredibly mental ancient Greek legend stuff. But it's like that one in particular, I just love. I love Icarus.
I think I could probably pick anything out from like ancient Greek myth and
Yeah,
legend and go, go along on the Odyssey for a bit, for a small amount of
I
time,
thought
because
about
that
the
would be
Odyssey.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, I did
Yeah,
think about the Odyssey, but I'm like, I think Odysseus would piss me off.
yeah, and I think feel
Get it
like
done, boy.
if you have to experience the gritty realism of a
Oh.
legend, it needs to be someone you could tolerate being around.
If you've ever tried to manage a project with a man like that involved, fuck me. No. It did not need to take 10 years, I'm sorry. Oh,
That
God's this, God's that. No. Get home.
it, I know you do have a tendency to procrastinate, though. Do you not have any sympathy for him, like as a fellow? I know you're not as bad as Odysseus.
No, not if I'm trying to get something done. If I'm doing a mission,
I suppose you can kind of hyper focus.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't know.
I'm
Also,
not
maybe I
disagreeing
am
with you.
projecting some of my failings onto Odysseus, because that's also quite possible. And
Whomst among us?
also, I've always felt bad for the Cyclops.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
Uh,
I feel bad for a lot of people in the Odyssey, actually. A lot of them are just kind of living by their nature.
yeah. Whomst among us has not tried to drown a ship full of handsome sailors on a
I'm
rainy
just
Thursday
saying.
afternoon?
Like, sometimes you're in the sea, you're on a rock, the
Yeah.
sailors are really annoying,
Hmm.
Odysseus is just bugging you.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to turn some people into pigs.
Yep.
I'm now realizing that a lot of what I remember from the Odyssey is in fact from the Simpsons version of the Odyssey.
A lot of it's from the musical that my year 5 music teacher wrote for us to perform for me.
Incredible.
Oh yeah, she was so talented. I've still got some of those songs in my head. Like Mrs. Johnson, if you're by some weird remote chance ever listening to this,
Just know you had an
I
impact
haven't
with your
forgotten. Oh, oh, Odysseus, so you have still a long way to go. Bear in mind, as homeward you plod, it serves you right for offending the gods.
amazing.
And it
Please
was
tell
such
me.
a sad song about his old dog dying when he got home. Oh my God.
Oh my
I'm
god, I
just
forgot
remembering
about
it
the
all now.
dog dying.
Ancient dog with rheumy eyes who drink
Okay,
legends
right.
and butterflies.
Anyway,
Anyway, yeah.
um, also like this is a very weird local one, but because it's such a story talked about locally, but St. Eben the Martyr,
Oh yeah. And his
because
wolf.
and his wolf. Well, no, the wolf
Oh,
wasn't
the
his. The
wolf.
wolf
Sorry, yeah.
found his. So the story of Eben the Martyr, which obviously we live in like area where he's named, everything's named after him, including a lot of pubs.
Mhm.
Was oh god, he
And
was a
as everyone
king.
will tell you, he was once the patron saint of England.
Yeah, except not really,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
the
yeah.
idea of patron saints wasn't really a thing. But yeah, he was a king in this area. This is before there was one king for the whole country, obviously. And some Vikings turned up and they tried to make him renounce God, and he wouldn't. So they tied him to a tree and shot him full of arrows, and then decapitated him.
Mhm.
And then a wolf found his head and brought it back so that he could be buried properly.
And then they put his head by his body and it re-sewed itself on or something, right? That's the miracle bit.
Yeah, that was the miracle
Yeah.
bit. And the martyr bit was like the dying
Fat
for
lot of good it
his
did him. He
faith.
didn't come back or anything, but
Yeah, no, he just martyred and died.
yeah.
Resurrection, not that
God
kind of
knows
thing.
what that wolf was on about. Like
And like there's a lot of historical evidence, like there definitely was a King Edmund
yeah,
in the like 10th century and what have you. And I want to go see all of that.
yeah. Yeah, no, that'd be cool. It's quite grisly, isn't it? Like there's the iconography of it everywhere as well. Like there's so many statues of dudes filled with arrows in this town that you never really think about.
It's so fun when newcomers come to the town and they sort of ask us why are there statues of guys full of arrows and statues
Oh
of
yeah.
wolves everywhere. It's like, oh yeah, there's just
Don't worry about it.
yeah, don't worry about it. It's just
The
the arrow
arrow
guy and
guy.
the wolf.
Do you not have one?
Does your town not have statues with a guy full of arrows and a bunch of wolves?
I also like that the town used to be called Bjodricksworth or something like that.
Edricsworth, yeah,
Yeah, after just some guy.
just some guy.
No, I think I actually did learn something about that once. I can't remember now.
It's been a long time. Closing snapshot. Any final thoughts?
Hmm.
You don't have to have any. It's fine.
No, I don't have any final thoughts yet. Sorry. Wait, yes, I do.
Incredible.
I like it when you can mix lots of different types of speculative fiction together in one book like this and not have it seem like muddy or forced. I think
Yeah,
she's done it really skillfully. Um, yeah,
I completely agree.
I'm not annoyed by any of the stuff I don't understand as I'm reading it. Like, I think you can put enough trust in the author to know that you're going to find out. And so I'm not constantly turning back like, oh, did I miss something? Like, I think it's been done very well like that.
Yeah, and that's really nice as well because I feel like if it's an author you're familiar with, that you
Mm.
give the author a lot more grace.
Yeah.
But to read a book by a new author and not feel like you're being cheated by not getting information
Yeah.
is really skillfully done. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good book.
Mhm.
If you were to rate it out of 10,
I don't like doing that.
okay, well,
Uh,
let's not do that then.
sorry.
No, that's fine. We won't do it.
I didn't get
Um,
that bit in the notes.
we'll just do general, yes, we recommend.
Yes, we recommend. The thing is about ratings out of 10, Joanna,
Yeah,
is that
we don't
because
really, we have to establish criteria if we're going to
we
rate
have
things
to
out of 10.
establish criteria and It feels like the way that the society has gone about it now is anything below a 9 is seen as like a little backhanded or odd.
That's
And
fair.
to me, that completely destroys the point of a 10-point scale. So yeah, thumbs up is good for me.
We'll go with thumbs up. I just didn't want to go thumbs up because it's so binary, and I get
Oh
scared
yeah,
when I see binaries and run away. But no,
yeah,
it is just straight up
mm,
thumbs up.
yeah,
Recommend.
yeah. Can we think of a
So
non-binary way to do thumbs ups?
I feel like this maybe will be taking us
Oh,
out of.
we go the old Roman emperor, don't we? We
Oh
go the
yeah, and kind
angles.
of
Yeah, all right. This
yeah,
is full thumbs up for me. I recommend this without any compunction.
yeah. Full thumbs up for
Yeah.
me, but not in a
If it was
binary
like
way.
if it's like Gormenghast, my
Yeah,
my thumb is at like a 70 something angle.
yeah. This is so much better than a 10-point
Yeah.
scale, Francine. You're right.
Thank you.
So The Everlasting by
Oh no,
Alix
I
E.
reinvented
Harrow.
it and made it worse. Fuck. The great thing is, if you got hypermobility, you can go weird with it. Like,
I'm rating this in a different dimension. Bet your thumb can't do that. Right, before we break down entirely, The Everlasting by Alix E. Harrow. We recommend it. It is out on the 30th of October 2025 through Tor Books, and we'll have a link down below to all the places you can buy it.
mhm.
In theory, it's out the day we're releasing this episode.
Yeah, should be, unless something's gone really wrong.
Excellent. And anything else we talked about in the podcast slash video will also be in the links down below.
Yes.
Thank you very much for listening to this episode of The Truth Shall Make You Fret. We will be back sometime next week with our possibly slightly late Halloween episode on
Mhm.
Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
Yay.
So excited for that. In the meantime, of course, dear listeners, you can join our Discord, link down below. You can follow us on Instagram at The Truth Shall Make You Fret, on BlueSky at Make You Fret Pod, on Facebook at The Truth Shall Make You Fret. Join our subreddit r/TTSMYF. Email us your thoughts, queries, castles, and snacks, The Truth Shall Make You Fret Pod at gmail.com. And if you want to support us financially, you can go to patreon.com/The Truth Shall Make You Fret and exchange your hard-earned pennies for all sorts of bonus nonsense. And until next time, dear listeners,
Don't let us detain you.
I'm just going to ask in the Discord now, actually.
Yeah, thank you. It's not ephemera. That it's
Ephemera is like the name for that sort of stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Thank you. Right. Love. See you
Love,
soon.
love. Bye bye.
Bye.